I'm Rajat Sanghavi, founder, principal architect, MakeSpace Architects. Um, MakeSpace is all about minimal elegance. We believe in integration. We work on all scales, micro to macro and macro to micro, which is product design to urban scale development, villa projects, apartments, bespoke luxury houses, farmhouses, interior design as well. So, in a nutshell, the process and the principle is minimalism. I mean, white walls and clean lines are not minimalism. Minimalism is balance. Minimalism is just enough. When we cook food, a little more salt, little less salt, little more sugar, little less sugar. All of this determines the taste of any dish you make. In the similar way, when we talk about a design, just about right is what minimalism is. If we the color, it's not necessary it has to be white or black. It could be any color, but the right proportions makes it minimal. So, of course, that's a very vast question in itself. But I think in our tagline or our tagline as such is simple complexity. To make something simple is the most complex job. And yes, chaos is there, of course, but the beauty is in chaos, and the beauty is in managing the chaos when it comes from the client side as well. We in our small lingo language call our clients as cold brews. We let them brew because everybody comes up with a lot of ideas, right? We try and let them contemplate in themselves. Most of the times they only filter it out for us, and then after that automatically you start developing a language. Once you formulate a language, it's our job, when we're talking about minimalism again, it's our job to then see what's the right balance, to strike in the right balance in between luxury and simplicity, durability and maintenance, expansiveness and coziness. So these are all the things which are developed as a process. So it is not about the eventuality. We never finalize that, okay, this is how the final product or the final design is going to look like. What we talk about is how the process should be. What are the do's and the don'ts? How can we get what the client want, but in our language. It's very hard to define what luxury is because at every scale, for every person, it's different. Some people, basic needs is luxury, right? Some people, where they were to upgrade is luxury. And some people, the exposure is luxury, right? So again, it is very person oriented. We don't really treat projects as luxury or non-luxury, but of course, like today organic food has become expensive. In the similar way, luxury or minimal or comfort has become expensive. So certain times to attain the right comfort, clients have to spend that much. But again, I wouldn't put that as luxury. I would put it again as just right. See, again, I think tricky to see is very subjective, right? But when a brand like FIMA enables us to integrate, that is more important, right? When we're not really when you rightly put it, there's so much of chaos already when we're talking about flooring of a certain space, a certain kind of cladding, certain kind of lights, things like we generally push it to things like showers, things like sofas, which are very, very functional. You don't have to overdo there. The shower doesn't have to be a appealing shower, but it has to give you a nice showering experience, right? So it should be super functional. When we're talking about minimal integration, we also talk about lights in architectural light sense. When we say, when the source is not visible, the light is more effective. In the similar way, when a shower is not visible, the showering is more effective. When the taps are not visible, washing hand is an experience. Uh, the tub is minimal, it doesn't create or lead to the chaos in a space. And brands like FIMA, and they do that for us. I would just want to put it in a way that minimalism is a widely misrepresented definition which people have in mind. In India especially, if we talk about why people run away from minimalism, or thinking about minimalism, is because they think we are already so chaotic, we can't place a thing at the right spot, and if we don't do that, then there is no minimalism in that, and that's why they don't really go back to the language. But as I rightly said, that you need to have that balance, and for that balance, anybody coming in and having that, minimalism is not bold, it is just ordinary. Why can't we keep things ordinary? Why can't we have canvases? When we're talking about design as well, I would suggest, or really pitch into the designers or the clients as well, to have your canvas, which is the unchangeables, the flooring, the CP sanitary, the lights, the immovables in the house. Make it minimal, because those are going to be forever. You're not going to change them again and again. And the movables being your furniture, the furnishing, the rugs, the artwork, you can always, when the choice change, when the family structure changes, you can redo the space without doing much. And I feel with the growing population, growing interest, that should be the right way to go ahead, where we talk about minimalism as the constant, and the chaos is the curational beauty. No, as I said, context of minimalism changes with people related to it. Okay, when you use tandoor on a floor, that might be very minimal Indian way of doing it. By the same time, Italian way of doing it would be porcelain on the floor, right? So minimalism as a definition by and large changes, right? But you can always make that decision on the way, de-crowd, de-chaos the space, filter the information. Automatically you'll reach to a place where you are striking the right balance. But again, it is very subjective. You looking at a place might feel chaotic to you, but at the same time, the other person, it might be very functional and useful. See, again, any tool in the right hands and the right minds is a good tool. Okay. Now, we're still talking about Pinterest, but AI is even doing a more hardest job, right? And people are really privy of all the AI tools more than what we are also these days. Our clients are more of experts in that. See, it is just how you have a conversation with your client, how you ease that thing in. Most of the clients or most of the people will always take an informed decision ultimately. Of course, when anybody comes, as I said, they always come with a lot of ideas. Those ideas might be Pinterest, those ideas might be ArcDaily, those ideas might be design, or those ideas might be not there, rendered by an AI. Right, but ultimately it is on it develops on a healthy conversation. When you start having conversations about every single thing, at the end of the day, they might end up deciding, then they might not go with anything they ever thought of. There might be some other solution which would be coming into representation. So conversation leading to a process, leading to a finalized design is something which simplifies this whole debate about minimalism, functionality, chaos, ultimate knowledge, websites like Pinterest and all that. But as I said, simple is the complex thing. Having those conversations in the right way will only sort out things. I don't know if it is a quote or not, but we really believe in activating all five senses when you reach to a space. So we see things in very volumetric notion. We don't see it as frames, as we generally, these days perceive everything to be Instagrammable and to be rightly curated. So we talk about more of volumetric spaces, how you feel in the space, how. Probably by just changing the texture of certain things, automatically it leaves a memory, right? You would always remember that jute fabric which you would have touched, or the tan leather chair which you would have touched, more than probably a Nilkamal plastic chair where it would be just purposeful, right? Sometimes that defines a lot of things. It doesn't have to be the whole design architecture could be very minimal, but the textural quality could always imbibe on the space where it has its own memories, right? So yeah, memory finding is something which I would really propose ourselves also to even explore it even more, and to people who are in the same profession or have similar interest in design, to really go to that extent where houses or spaces are about memories of past memories, the memories which you want to create in future, and about integration of people more uh, than cosmetics.